Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we finally have a little bit of a break in our crazy wind. So I'm going to take the opportunity to switch out all the bedding in the chicken coop. So we're going to do a deep clean so everything comes out. I'm going to whitewash the interior with hydrated lime, and we're going to swap everything out for hemp bedding. You can see how it goes from being like very translucent to like very white afterwards. Like dream come true right here. A few supplies that I have on hand. I got my hydrated lime. So hydrated lime, you want to make sure it's hydrated. You don't want like the coarse lime or like the grainy lime. You want this like powdery hydrated lime. I've used this exact brand in the past and it's been great. I get it at the same garden store I always get it at. Just check your local garden store, see if you can find some, but you want hydrated lime. Next up, you want a little bucket and a paintbrush. So you're going to be mixing your hydrated lime in here with water and then of course applying it with your paintbrush. This one has measurements on the inside to help, like, I don't know, you can't even see it, but anyways, this one has measurements on the inside to help me measure it correctly. There is a website that I use for the information, but it's on the internet. You usually can just look up what the water to hydrated lime ratio is for whitewashing something and you can find it. But if I remember, I'll just link the website that I use for it in the description. And then whenever you're working with chicken bedding, especially cleaning out a coop, it's a little bit breezy today, but it's not as windy as it has been. But we all have been through the last couple years with the craziness, so I'm sure plenty of us have these face masks lying around. If it gets a little breezy and the dust is kicking up, it is very highly recommended to use a face mask and even goggles. I have goggles. If the dust starts kicking up really bad, I will go put my goggles on too. But it's always good to protect your lungs from chicken bedding. So whenever you're doing a clean out, protect your lungs. Okay, well, let's get started. First things first is I need to dump out everything that's in there and put it in the compost. So that's first. So we've partnered up with a company that produces hemp bedding here in Idaho. They are actually pretty local to us, and so we decided that we wanted to partner up to support local. And the company is called Idaho Organics. We actually reached out to them and kind of just started up this relationship. And I told them that if they wanted to work with us, that I'd feature them in my videos, because I am a firm believer in supporting local, and what better than a company right here in my neck of the woods. So we are going to be swapping out all of our pine bedding for the Idaho Organics hemp bedding. So they also have nest pads, and so we're going to be switching out our nest boxes with these nest pads as well. And I'm really excited to use this product because when I first got into deep litter, I wanted to use hemp, but it was unreachable for me. I couldn't get hemp. So I used pine, which was the second best alternative for my deep litter method. And now that I have a resource so I can use hemp in my chicken coop now, I was like, why not partner up and do a video? So I'm going to be showing you all about the Idaho Organics products. I'm going to have a link in the description for you to get a 10% off discount when you order from this company. And then it also helps our channel as well when you do use our link and order from the company. All right, first wheelbarrow down, and you can see if you've never done the deep litter method, it's a dry compost. So all of those layers are nice and broken down, and everything, you can just like see that everything is just more of like dirt and stuff. That's what you want. So first wheelbarrow down, we'll go take to the compost pile and get trucking. That's the chicken version of the floor is lava. All right, now it's time to hose it all down, and then we can start whitewashing. And this chicken is still playing the floor is lava. You can walk on the floor. It'll be fine. All right, and let's talk about the hemp bedding that we're going to be using for our coop. So it is 4 times more absorbent than its dry weight. It's 99% dust free. There are no allergens, and there are less odors, flies, funguses, bacteria, and moisture. We all know that moisture in a chicken coop is always bad, is long lasting. So it's going to be 75% less bedding changes that you'll have to do for your animals. And it's suitable for all animal types. And then the fiber nesting pads they're non-toxic, and they reduce breakage of the eggs, and they keep your nest boxes cleaner and easier to clean out when time comes. All right, that's pretty good for now. And just in case you're wondering, what I have on the floor in here is actually roofing tar with sand mixed in it. So it's got a textured floor. So that way it's still safe for the chickens to walk on if there's no bedding in here, because it's textured. So yeah, just roofing tar with sand mixed in. And while that's drying, I can whitewash the coop. And I only really need to whitewash like from where the chickens are. I don't need to do the entire thing. I don't do the floor because the floor has the bedding. So I pretty much do from here to here all the way around. Okay, so we've got our hydrated lime. The recipe is 6 to 8 cups hydrated lime, 2 cups salt, and a gallon of water, which this happens to be a gallon. So this is my measuring device. It's a little bigger than a cup. So I just kind of cheat a little bit just because I've used it before. You don't have to be super exact, but you do want to get it like consistency of kind of runny pancake batter. And if you want it super liquidy, that's totally up to you, but it's going to apply better if it's a little thicker like pancake batter. Okay, I'm going to get mixing this. And I have gloves on, and I'm going to wear my face mask again because I don't want to breathe in the lime. Let me go get my water. And I'm just stirring it with a stick. You could get fancy and get like a whisk or something, but it's just for the chicken coop, so I don't feel like I really need to get too crazy with it. Now that this is mixed with water, you really want to be careful not to get it on your skin. And you do want to make sure you mix this well, but don't splash. So I like to test it, like you dip your stick in and just kind of see how quickly it runs off. I think I'm going to do one more scoop. That's a little thicker. And don't worry, if you feel like you haven't gotten it thick enough, it will thicken over time. So don't stress out about it. If you did it according to the directions, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And in the time it took us to make our whitewash, look, the coop's almost dry. So just keep in mind, you don't want this in its wet form to contact your skin. Once it's dry, it's okay, but you don't want the wet form to contact your skin. So I'm gonna start on one side of the coop and work my way over so I can try to avoid rubbing up against it. I forgot to spray off the doors. A little dirt won't hurt. So you kind of get the picture. You just want to get it in every nook and cranny, because the point of this whitewash is to kill all of the little germs and little like pests and microbes that just like inundate the wood. So all of the nooks and crannies need to be whitewashed. So every little bit underneath the roost bars, on top of the roost bars, every little bit inside every little piece of wood. So that's how we keep wood coops from having like nasties living in the wood. So I whitewash my coop, I wouldn't say every year, maybe every other year, just because it's a lot of work. But Trevor wanted to try doing a sprayer this year. Our schedules just didn't align. So he's currently not even in town. So we'll do it this way this time and see if a sprayer works next time. That pretty much will get her. It's gonna start darkening as it dries. A couple spots I went over a few different times. So I'll let it dry and then I'll kind of show you what it looks like. Like this door I did first. You can see how white it looks already. Still a little bit wet in the middle, but everything will turn white. And don't forget your nest boxes. It's almost dry. So I kind of did this for a demonstration. So I just put the wet brush in this area so you can see how light it is before it dries. And then when it dries, it's white like this. So you can see where it's drying on the roost bars and where it's drying on the other wall. I touched up that bottom portion of the wall too. So obviously right there is all fresh, but all around it is dry. This wall's almost dry. It's a part way. And then this, I can't really paint the hardware cloth. It's really difficult, so I had to paint around it, but that's pretty much dry there too. So you can see how it goes from being like very translucent to like very white afterwards. And once it's dry like this, it's safe. So I try to keep the chickens out of the coop while I'm doing it. If they got a little bit on their feet, it wouldn't be a big deal. Really, you just have to watch out because it can burn your skin. And I kind of got some on me, and I feel okay. So I'm just going to jump in the shower afterwards to make sure I wash it all off so it doesn't have the potential to burn me. But yeah, so that's all of the whitewash. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I have done this 3 times now, so it's not like I've done it tons and tons, but when I discovered it a couple of years ago, I've just kind of experimented with it here and there, and I feel like it's been keeping my wood in good condition in my coop. And then like obviously all the nooks and crannies have all of that lime wash in it, so it gets all of the nasty microscopic parasites and bugs and germs and stuff. So that's why I like to do it. And I have plenty of leftover. Look how much. About half of my bucket is still left. So I'll have to figure out what to whitewash next. And now for the exciting bit, let's put the bedding in. Wow, so that's what the fiber nesting pads look like. It looks like they are stuck down to a piece of crepe paper. And it's like nice and fibrous, because if you know chickens, they like to make a little nest in here before they settle down. So with it being all kind of bound together like fibrous, it'll keep more of the material in the nest box versus being kicked out. And that's the problem I always have. Pine shavings just get kicked out. So this will be fun to try these out. Alright, what do those look like? Alright, I'm excited. Let's see if the girls love them. Whew. The door doesn't open all the way on that side because of the fence. Looks like I'll have to get the hose and wash that front gate off. This is the 30-pound bag. Man, I need like a seam ripper for this. I guess I'll go get a knife. Hold on. Awesome. It's very similar. It's a lot smaller pieces than the pine. The pine are big pieces. So I can see where this would be more absorbent because there's like more of these dry bits to like encase the like manure. And if you're unfamiliar with a deep litter system, there is a video on our channel that goes talks about it. This is how I'm gonna start with the hemp bedding because it's supposed to be more absorbent. Like obviously you can see the bedding tray is this whole bottom, it's about a foot. You don't want to just fill it completely up with your substrate, your bedding right off the bat, because then that means only the top layer is going to get soiled and compost and the bottom layer won't get any compost started. So we're starting with the first layer, which is the first 30-pound bag, and we're going to let that start to compost. And then once that starts to do its thing, the chickens will be in here stirring it up, getting all of the bedding mixed in. So the important thing is the bedding keeps the droppings dry, and then the chickens are in here stirring it up and picking through it, creating all of that, like all of the droppings to stir in and stay dry. And then over time, your dry compost system will be slowly breaking down that manure. So that's just a quick rundown of our deep litter method. Honestly, I am so excited to be using this hemp. Ever since I started doing the deep bedding, I wanted hemp, but it was not something that I was able to get. So I'm really excited to be partnered with Idaho Organics. I'm helping them spread the word that they are here in Idaho and they are growing and processing this gorgeous hemp bedding for all animal bedding. All animal bedding. I'm sure you could use this in any animal situation. It's super absorbent. It's got no allergens. It's really like dust free. Like I'm just sitting here playing in it and there's no dust coming off of this at all. It's obviously a local company for us, so that's why I wanted to partner with them, because I wanted to support local businesses, and I just can't wait to see how this hemp bedding does. I'm just beyond excited. Like dream come true right here. So I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for joining me on another video. Hope you liked it. If you did, let us know by hitting the like button, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our videos. So we have kind of a crazy upload schedule just because life on the farm is not predictable, so we never know when we're going to be filming or doing this, that, and the other, especially when it's something outside. We have to contend with the weather. So if you subscribe, then it'll let you guys know when we upload videos, because they are kind of random and sporadic at this point. We haven't refined it down into a strict schedule yet, just because life's unpredictable. So make sure you stay tuned. Watch for our next COOP redo part 2. So we had our COOP makeover, redo, whatever, part 1. That's when Trevor built this run. But there is a planned part 2 where he's gonna build an identical coop to this side on that side. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget, if you are interested in hemp bedding, we have a 10% off discount code for you guys to use. Link in the description. And if you follow that link, it also helps us on our channel. So if you buy anything from Idaho Organics, you are also helping support Cottage Hill Hobby Farm. Enjoy the hemp bedding, and we'll see you next time.